This is the story of a costly mistake that I made in the stock market and how you can learn from it. A few years ago, I bought stocks of a particular company after it had crashed about 30%. This is the graph of the stock at that particular time, and I bought it at this point where it had crashed about 30%. The reason for the investment was because I believed in the company. It had excellent products, solid business fundamentals, it was profitable, and of course now I felt that it was at good value. However, the stock of the company continued to plummet, but I still believed in the company's fundamentals. So buying more, I think, was not a bad decision at that point. But unfortunately, the stock continued to slide further, and it reached a point where I was sure that I had misjudged the company's prospects, especially the competitive landscape and the macro environment. It was at this point that I made a mistake that I attribute to what is called the sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is a phenomenon whereby a person is reluctant to abandon a strategy or course of action because they have heavily invested in it, even when it is clear that abandonment is more beneficial. The sunk cost fallacy creeps into a lot of financial decisions, and it crept into mine at this point. I was desperate to recover my investment, and since I had heavily invested in the stock, I started putting in more money and kept holding on, even though I likely knew that the stock would not recover. I was just hoping against hope. And after buying for a period of about 2 to 3 years, and after the stock had crashed 90% from its peak, and I had lost 60% of my investment, I finally realized that I had made a mistake. So at this point, I finally had the courage to sell all the stocks that I had in this company and put my money into better stocks, which finally helped me recover my losses as well as gain profits. But of course, I could have cut my losses and made much more profits if I had made that decision to sell as soon as I realized that I had made a mistake. So I should ideally have sold at this point in time. And for those of you who are curious, the stock continued to decline or at best stayed flat after I had sold. Now, this is not the story of just the stock market. We make the same mistakes in our lives and our careers. We keep going in jobs and careers even though we may have realized that they are not the right fit for us. The reason we do that is because we are anxious that we've wasted so much time and money. But remember, no matter how far you've gone on the wrong path, once you've realized that it is the wrong path, you must turn back. If you don't, you're simply wasting more time and money. So beware of the sunk cost fallacy in your life, in your career, and your investments. If you want to hear more stories about how you can make better investments, please hit the subscribe button. And if you're afraid about how AI will impact your job, watch this video.